Hello, everybody. I wanted to share my process for week 8 and 9 of my project life. I just decided to go ahead and combine the 2 weeks since I didn't have a lot of photos for just one week itself. There I was showing you that I had covered my daughter because she was just wearing her bloomers and I didn't want that on the social media. Um, So I'm showing some of the photos that I wanted to do for my first 12 by 12 spread. And I really wanted to use that February's calendar card. But because these 2 weeks went into March, I went ahead and stamped with my roller date stamp by Amy Tangerine. I stamped with the arrow showing that it went to March 4th as well. One of the things that I was trying to incorporate with this spread was some black and white photos. I wasn't able to get all of my photos in black and white because I don't know what had happened to my camera, but I ended up using my husband's camera, and with his, it's kind of difficult to turn photos black and white. So I left some of them in color, and that's fine. I do plan on doing a full 2-page spread in all black and white. So here I'm using some of my stickers for my stash, and I spelled out week 8 to 9. Another thing that I've been really trying to do is add washi. I don't have a ton of washi, but I would like to start using it in my project life. And I did use my ATG just because I was worried about the stickiness of that washi. I wanted to make sure that it would actually stay. So that's all I'm going to do to that card. Now, one of the things that I like to do when I'm doing my project life is just make one little journal card with a photo. I like to tell little mini stories kind of within my week story. I don't worry too much about everything really matching as long as I incorporate quite a few of the same colors on some of the things. I think it matches just fine. I'm using my February Scraptastic Life Noted Kit and embellishments as well. And I noticed on that hello card, it had these little chevron arrows, and there was also some in the embellishment kit, and so I thought I would use them on this photo. And I'm using my Tombow Mono Multi glue and just adding these little chevron pieces kind of in the white area of the photo. So this is a photo of my cat outside the window, and I just thought he looked really cute sitting out there. And so I wanted to tell just a quick story about how he's doing. My husband and I, our family, we've never really been animal people. We've never really had many animals. And so having Mr. Gus, he's just the perfect addition. We could not have asked for a more perfect animal. And so I just journaled here. We got Gus when he was 6 weeks old. He was born in May. He is now 9 months old and very big. He is a great cat. We couldn't ask for better. And here I am trying to figure out how old he is. I didn't remember. I went back to May and just counted out. Now he's about 10 months old. He's just a big boy. And he listens really, really well. So for the most part, I used a lot of my February kit. I really wanted to be able to use that up so that I could get into my March kit. I was really excited to get that this year, or this month. So on my last week's spread, the back page was 6 4x6s, and so I wanted to incorporate the 3x4s that I had gotten, and so I just used a piece of scrap white cardstock and put some adhesive on there and just stuck those together for sturdiness, and then I just rounded the corners to show that those photos kind of go together. I could have put them in collage form when I was printing them out, but I didn't think of it at the time. And I never exactly know how my layout's going to go, so I just like to get my photos and just work with what I have when I have it. So here I'm going through my embellishments from February's kit, and I just wanted to pull out a few things because those photos are in black and white. I was looking for something very colorful. I'm going to end up using that bright yellow vellum Oh, and I had found another one of those little chevron pieces while I was digging in there, so I'm going to end up gluing that too. I end up using that bright yellow vellum arrow, and as well as some of those stars. And I'm going to also add the "That's Rad" on the right side. I'm going to have a little bit of trouble with these stars when I'm trying to staple them. We'll see when I get there. So this is just a photo of my daughter Bailey. She was allowed to paint my son's closet. His closet was pink, and so we've been our house is a work in progress, and so we allowed her to paint his closet white. And I noticed when I was trying to add "That's Rad," it was covering too much of the photo. So I ended up cutting "That's" off, so it just says "Rad." And I used my ATG to add that. And I thought it was kind of fun to let a 5-year-old, use the paint roller. She was really excited about that. And then I just stapled on a few more stars. Now, the XOXO came in February's kit as well. And I was trying to figure out a way to cover up my daughter, my 3-year-old, who likes to run around in little to nothing. So, but I just had to snap that photo. It was awfully cute, the way she had her arm around her sister like that. And then, so for that, I'm going to find one of these little tabs that came in the kit as well. There was quite a few of them that came in the kit. This, I believe, is the only one that I used. It was mainly white with a pink diagonal edge to it. Yeah, that's the one there. I don't end up using that flower there. So I already taped that down. I wanted to make sure I didn't do that on film. And now I'm trying to figure out how to embellish it. Oh, no, I'm going to journal. I wrote, "Lacey had to give Bailey some encouragement." And that's all I wrote there. Now, those are the heart stickers that I had just gotten from Ronnie Sue Scrapper. So thanks so much, Ronnie. I knew they would come in handy. And I just put one over the hole on the label, and then I just put 3 above the girls. The XOXO, I did want to add a little something to that. So I figured since I had pink on the label, I went ahead and used the cut apart and found this little banner, and it had a white area on it, and then above it was a little, what looks like a pink date stamp that states date on it. And so I went back and decided to find out what date it was so that I could stamp that out with my roller date stamp. And it was February 21st. So I went ahead and stamped that in the little block, and I did that off camera. I didn't realize I was out of frame. And then I'm just going to tape that down with some ATG. Again, out of frame. And then I used one more of those little hearts on that. It's the white with the red polka dot. Here I was thinking that I would put some pink cardstock that has some lines behind it, and I just realized too much of it was getting covered. So later on I'm going to go ahead and add some of that cardstock. As long as it's smaller than the 4x6, I just add, here I'm adding that little chevron piece. As long as it's smaller than a 4x6, I just add the tape to it and then stick them together. So I really want to use that seriously. This is a photo of the day after that wall had been painted. Lacey decided to go up and draw again on it. That girl really likes to draw on walls, especially when she has fresh canvas. And with that washi tape, all I had done was covered some staples. That is actually the back of last week's. And so I wanted to use that because I really like the pink wood grain. And so I just put some washi over the staples to make sure that it didn't ruin my photo. And now I'm looking for a little label so I can do some quick journaling to tell the story about how Lacey drew on the wall again. She drew like a little person with a belly and a face, and I don't know if you can see that very well. Yeah, it was actually really cute. We haven't painted over it again yet. I can only paint so many times. And then here I'm journaling only one day after a new paint job. I find Lacey with a pen. And then I was noticing that upper right hand corner was awfully bare. So I grabbed my trusty sequins and decide to add a few of them. I decided to go with 3 of them. I chose a clear pink, a pink, and a white. I like to glue those down with glossy accents. It just seems to hold really, really well. Okay, now I'm going to work on another photo. That card again is from the November Life Noted kit. And then that little circle, I just wanted to cover it just because I thought that it needed something there. And this is a photo of a thank you that I got from some coworkers. I like to do their taxes every year. I typically help people out that have a little bit of trouble with that. And these are friends from their Laotian, and they make these little rolls. They call them nom pao. They could be called kalapao as well. It's a sweet roll, and it has some sausage and onion and ham and hard-boiled egg in it, and it's very, very good. I love them. And then the other roll is it's banana leaf, and it's got sticky rice with coconut and banana, and it is just amazing. You take the banana leaf off and then eat the sticky rice with the banana. It's just delicious. And they make that for me. I don't ever charge anything for them doing my taxes, of course. I enjoy doing it, so I help them out, and they return the favor with a nice treat. And they gave us a ton for my family this year. It was very nice of them. And so I'm trying to figure out how to write Nam Pao. I'm sure I spelled it wrong, but as long as it's in my journal, or in my, in my project life. I got these from some coworkers as a thank you for doing their taxes. I have done their taxes in trade for Nam Pao and Kautam before. And then I wrote heart it, like love it. Okay, now here I am just sticking those 3x4s together, and it's just random pieces of white cardstock, and that is just to give it stability, make it easy to slide in and out so they don't flop around in the little 4x6 pocket. And I just kind of wanted to lay it out and see what it looked like, and I love it. Very cute. Now I'm going to get going on the second half of the week. And here I am showing a photo of my son at the doctor's office in the waiting room. That navy blue paper had some writing on it, so it kind of reminded me of a book. And he is reading Dr. Seuss book, so I wanted to make sure that I had that there to kind of incorporate that. There's a photo of my husband with a fish, and I really wanted to use this do what you love, love what you do phrase. My husband actually really liked that as well. And because it was a 4x6, I decided to go ahead and use a 3x4 and just tape it down to a 4x6 piece of white cardstock. And then I'm using Little Boy Blue ink by Mr. Huey's, and I'm just sprinkling it around everywhere just to kind of make it look like it belongs together. And there I had gotten some on the back, and I didn't want it to bleed through. And so now I'm cleaning up my mat. And I'm moving on to the story of my son. I wanted to figure out which journal card I wanted for that. My son was trying to read to my 3-year-old daughter. We were the only 3 there, and it was really cute, him trying to do that. There I was. I had bent the photo, and it kind of creased it, and it was bothering me, so I wanted to cover that up, but it's not that noticeable. So I wanted to make sure that I had something kind of on there. So I added this little tab, and I believe I'm going to add the date of the day he went to the doctor. In there, I'm just doing some quick journaling. I just wrote, Austin went to the doctor today. He had been having some trouble with his eyes. He got some drops. And I also journaled, he was 95.6 pounds. He is 9 years old. He is a big boy. I just wanted to make sure. He's almost 10. He'll be 10 in 2 weeks. So now I decided I'm going to go ahead and use that journal card with the photo of my husband holding the fish. I remembered my husband was excited about this fish. I couldn't remember why. So I knew that I wanted to add like a little kind of subtitle. That's why I wanted to add that little label down below. I was trying to figure out if there was something else I might want to put up at the top, but I really liked how that kind of pointed to the fish. So I did use that little arrow there. And those labels, that was actually a printable from a Gossamer Blue kit a while back, and I had cut them all out. And I love using those as well. Okay, so now I wanted to go ahead and embellish the journal card. And so I'm going to dig through my February's Life Noted kit again. And there I'm just showing you that it's my February kit. I haven't put my February kit in with my random pieces yet. I still have my March's kit all together, and I'm getting ready to use that for week 10. I'm very excited about that. So I love picking through these pieces, and I'm finding some of the pieces that had come out of the eyeglasses and things like that. I'm making sure that I throw them away so that there isn't some random pieces in there. So I'm going to use a little arrow and another vellum piece. I just pulled it out. It's off to the right. There, I'm getting rid of my extra vellum pieces just to kind of make room. It's getting kind of bare. So I wanted to use that arrow so that you could tell that the journaling is going to that photo. And that little vellum piece just says, hey. I guess that could work for kind of any photo. And I decided to just go with the little tiny green or teal star. And here I'm going to have some trouble with my tiny attacher and kind of keeping it in place because it is so little. It just keeps sliding on me. I'm trying to put it somewhere so it doesn't cover hay, and I can cut the rest of it off. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue that little arrow down with my Tombow Mono Multi. And I'm going to journal. A few days after Dean caught his fish, we went to Swanson's. They had a similar fish for sale for $50. I wanted to make sure that I had that in my project life because it kind of shows, what my husband, how he's saving us money. He's enjoying his time out, and he's saving us money as well. And I really like that. We all enjoy fish in the family, so it's really nice. Even the kids like to eat it. So this little this little glassine bag came in my Fancy Pants little bags that I had just gotten in a haul, and I'm trying to figure out how to staple that down to the bag. I wanted to get in there, but my tiny attacher wouldn't reach. So I did just staple it to a label, and then I'm going to glue that down to the little bag. That little bag is going to hold a letter that is a nomination, and my daughter, Bailey, she's 5, won a Principals. She was nominated and then got to have lunch with the principal, and it's like a kind of a fancy thing. Only one child gets picked out of each grade, and she was nominated for empathy. That was one of the things that they did the nominations for this month. And they only do it once a month, so it's really kind of special. And so I wanted to wait until Bailey came into the room, and I asked her what was so special about that day, what exactly it was that she got to do. And she told me, as I was journaling, I wrote, Bailey got Principals. She was nominated for empathy. And then I asked her what was fun about it and what she got to do. And she told me she got cookies, cupcakes, ice cream, and bubble gum. And then I wrote fun glasses too. So she did get those real fun glasses. They're real bright. I used an app on my iPod which turns everything black and white, and then it's called oh, I can't remember what, Splash, I think. And you touch where you want the color to go back to its natural color, to the original color. And that is what I did with this. And I just changed the glasses back to the original color because they were so bright and fun. I wanted, to have that photo. And it's just adorable photo. And then here I am journaling because I'd asked my husband what was so special about that fish. And he told me that it was his first steelhead of 2014. So he was really excited because steelhead, I guess, have been pretty difficult to get this year. And so here I am just journaling now about how we had seen the fish in the store for $50. And I believe that I am done with my second half of the spread, and I'm going to show still photos here in the very end, just because it's really difficult for me to get these all when I'm videoing. So here is the first half of week 8 and 9, and then it's going to go into the second half of week 8 and 9. So I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all for watching, and see you